tonight. Kano Deputy Governor Hafiz Abubakar resigns over claims of disrespect and injustice. In business, Minister of Transportation Rotimi Amechi says Nigeria borrowed 3.1 billion naira for railway and airport projects. And on the foreign scene, Cape Town Mayor Patricia DeLille resigns. A very lovely evening to you. Thanks for joining us on Superscreen Television Flagship News at 8. I am Precious Amai. And now on the news, Kano State Deputy Governor Hafiz Abubakar has resigned his appointment from office. Abubakar, in a letter addressed to the State Governor Abdullahi Ganduje, alleged that his resignation is necessary due to disrespect of his office and unjust treatment by the governor. You will recall that Abubakar had petitioned the police and the Department of State Security Service, DSS, over threats to his life and plans by the state government to stage a rally against him. And still on politics, the National Working Committee, NWC, of the All Progressives Congress, APC, has redirected the Tundun Wada ward of the party in Kaduna State to lift the suspension placed on Shehu Sani. In a statement signed by the Acting National Publicity Secretary of APC, Yekini Nabena, the NWC directed the ward chairman and other party officials in the state to implement the directive with a view to complement the peace efforts made by the national leaders of the party. Nabena said the NWC also clarified that Sani is a bona fide member and leader of the party. You will recall that Sani threatened to leave APC but did not follow through with a threat in response to interventions by top party leaders. And now on party defections, the senator representing Ebonyi South Senatorial District in the National Assembly, Sonny Ogbueji, and ex-Minister of State for Power and Steel, Godi Ogbaga, and 13 others, has defected from the People's Democratic Party, PDP, to All Progressives Congress, APC. The defectors announced their decision during a rally organized by the state chapter of the APC in honor of President Muhammadu Buhari and the party's national chairman, Adams Oshomole. Addressing the defectors and other party members at the rally held in Abakaliki, the state capital, Oshomole commended Ogbueji and other defectors for what he described as bold initiative to leave PDP for APC, stressing that the Muhammadu Buhari-led administration is committed to tackling the numerous challenges confronting the nation. The National Executive Committee, NEC, of the People's Democratic Party, PDP, has written an official letter to the Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, the Department of State Security Services, DSS, and the Police Command in Ogun State over the expulsion of the senator representing Ogun East, Buruji Kashamu, and 3 others from the party. The letter, which was signed by the party's national legal advisor, Emmanuel Anoidem, stated that the NEC of the party at its 80th meeting expelled Kashamu, the factional state chairman Bayo Dayo, and the secretary Semius Shodikbo for various infractions and violations of express provisions of the 2017 constitution of the party. NEC added that they have consequentially lost all rights and privileges to act or represent the party in any capacity. And now in Kwara politics, a former chairman of the People's Democratic Party, PDP, Kwara State, Iyola Oyedipo, says Senate President Bukola Saraki has not provided good political leadership in the state. Oyedipo, who recently defected to the All Progressives Congress, APC, alleged that the APC is in coalition with 15 other parties to wrest political powers in Kwara State from Saraki. Reacting, the senior special assistant to the Kwara State Governor, Muhyiddin Akorede, said the state governor, Abdul Fattah Ahmed, and Saraki has provided superlative governance in the state. Akorede challenged Oyedipo to provide verifiable statistical and financial facts to prove his claim that over 1 trillion naira had been mismanaged in the last 16 years in the state. Away from that report now, still on politics, but ahead of the 2019 elections, the Oyo State Resident Electoral Commissioner REC Mutiu Agboke has revealed that a total number of 756,000 permanent voter cards (PVCs) are yet to be claimed by their owners in the state. Agboke, who disclosed this to journalists, said during a visit to the office of Governor Abiola Ajimobi in Ibadan that he's not pleased with the poor collection of the PVC. Reacting, Ajimobi said the state government will declare work-free hours for workers across the state to collect their PVCs in the last week of the registration exercise. The REC also appealed to owners of the PVCs to visit the Independent National Electoral Commission INEC offices close to them to collect the PVC before the August 17 deadline. And now on national security, the Nigerian Army says it arrested a wanted Boko Haram suspect, Maje Lawan, at Banki, Borno. The Army spokesman, Texas Chukwu, who disclosed this to journalists, said the suspect is believed to be number 96 on the wanted list earlier published by the Army. Chukwu said Lawan, who was apprehended after he infiltrated into an internally displaced persons camp in the area, is currently undergoing a preliminary investigation and will be handed over to the appropriate authority for further action. Still on security, the Nigerian Army has paraded 2 suspected recruitment racketeers posing as personnel extorting potential recruits under the pretext to get them enlisted to the Depot Nigerian Army as recruits. Kaduna's the acting Army Public Relations Officer Adekunle Adeyemi, who disclosed this to journalists, said the suspects were paraded at the Depot Nigerian Army, Zaria, after some defrauded victims raised an alarm. Adeyemi said of the total amount extorted, only 163,000 were recovered from the suspect, calling on the general public to be aware of the nefarious activities of fraudsters and resist online platforms that request for payment for easy enlistment. The officer added that recruitment into the Nigerian Army is free and only possible through a transparent process. And now on the NYSC scheme, the Director General of National Youth Service Corps NYSC, Suleiman Kazuri, has reiterated the commitment of the scheme to security and welfare of corps members nationwide. Kazuri, who disclosed this to journalists in Adamawa State, said NYSC is in touch with security agencies on ways to enhance security of corps members. The director urged corps members to be security conscious and strive to make a positive impact in communities they are deployed to serve. The problem facing Nigeria has been attributed to poor leadership. This view was expressed by some Nigerians who spoke to Superscreen on the state of the nation.
Definition of leadership because it means different things to different people. However, a leadership is believed to combine the analytical side of vision, creation with a passion of shared values and creating something that is really meaningful to the people being led. In Nigeria, leadership is a major challenge, as many believe Nigeria has never been blessed by leaders who ride on the path of truth, fairness, and equity due to its political and socio-economic regression that has made the nation appear as though it is not growing. Though there are exceptional leaders, which for some Nigerians are Nnamdi Azikiwe, Ahmadu Bello, and Murtala Mohammed. For some, after him, the Nigerian state calls for questioning. Speaking with these Nigerians, Obasanjo then was greedy. They say Yaradua was sick. And then for Goodluck Jonathan, his tenure was attributed to non-performance due to corruption and was eventually voted out.
What is wrong with leadership is lack of truth. they should be truthful to Nigerians. They should not, because of their selfish interest, and put their own selfish interests above the lives of Nigerians.
We have no leader. We only have rulers, because they have not set example of a leadership. We've not seen. All we've been seeing every day is fighting within the National Assembly. We expect a change and place a fixing of things in order, but we've not seen it.
We have a very tough situation concerning the leadership of Nigeria, simply because of the kind of legislature we are having. They had the major problem, I can say categorically, they are the major problem of Nigeria. The problem Nigeria is facing presently is not the problem of whether presidency or whatever. It's the problem of all this judiciary and the legislature.
The philosopher said that when there is a kind of crisis in a particular time, you need either a strong person or a strong kind of institution. In this present situation, I think I would prefer a strong person, a strong personality. We cannot get a strong structure now, but if you have this strong person, the leaders will decide what we percolate.
Today, another government is in power under the leadership of President Muhammadu Buhari, who enjoyed a goodwill from the public on the basis that he is the strong man and the messiah to Nigeria's problem. What are Nigerians now saying about his government?
The chief job of any head of state or whoever is, one, security, getting your workers paid, and of course making sure that corruption is brought to the barest minimum. So in all these things he has failed.
What is not doing the right is not the right president. He's not fighting for corruption, he's doing the wrong thing.
He has fought in the area of corruption. They are doing something about the health sector. In the area of judiciary, we can see what has transpired.
It's a clear cut that this government is a failure already.
All his agenda, all what he has promised Nigeria, he could not be able to do anyone. All what he was saying is that he's just pursuing those people that are looting. There is no anywhere corruption is not in all over the world. So they know the way they manage it. So you can manage your corruption, not that every time you are pursuing this one steal money, this one steal money, and with that one you will not do anything.
I have not seen the change that we're yearning for. And besides, there's no security in the country. The economic wise is poor.
They say we are the leaders of tomorrow, but they're not ready to leave the position. So I think the old fags should please retire and let the new breeds lead. Even if we make mistakes, let us make the mistakes. Let us lead. They've done enough.
Interestingly, the president has declared for a second term, and this has been characterized with loads of criticisms from different quarters. For these Nigerians, while some say they would vote for him, others say they will never vote for him.
I am not voting for him. I need a replacement of Buhari.
Why won't I vote for Buhari in 2019?
I will not vote for him. He's not doing well.
So I will not vote for him in 2019.
I will vote for him in 2019. Why? Because he's leading this country right.
I don't even intend to. But if I see a reason to, that someone of a much average age is ready to step up to make sure that our voices are heard, then I am ready to vote.
With criticisms that have trailed leaders from the past in different administrations in this country, and now the present administration being battered left and right, one begins to wonder whether Nigerians truly know the kind of leader that they truly want. Is it about strong individuals or strong institutions? It remains to be seen whether President Muhammadu Buhari will succeed in his second term ambition. Only time will tell.
You're still watching Superscreen Television Flagship News at 8. Coming up, Minister of Transportation Rotimi Amechi says Nigeria borrowed 3.1 billion naira for railway and airport projects. These are more on the business news when we return after the break. Stay with us. Welcome back. Thanks for staying with us on the news. Moving on now to business. The Minister of Transportation, Rotimi Amechi, says that Nigeria, under the administrations of President Muhammadu Buhari and former President Goodluck Jonathan, borrowed about $3.1 billion for railway and airport projects across the country. Amechi, who disclosed this to journalists, said the loan borrowed by the current administration is for the construction of a standard gauge Lagos-Ibadan rail line, while the loan for airport upgrade and Abuja-Kaduna rail line was borrowed by the previous government. The minister also said the federal government is working out plans for the commencement of the new proposed Ibadan-Kaduna railway project, which will be constructed by the CECC, adding that the contract has already been awarded. Hair making has been identified as one among other businesses that are lucrative in Nigeria, especially in Lagos. This was reviewed by a cross-section of hairstylists who spoke with Superscreen in the Mushin area of Lagos.
Hair is one major part of the body that either brings out one's beauty or hides it. As a result, a lot of women are very concerned about the kind of hairstyle they make and how well it is made. For these reasons, hundreds of women have taken hair making as a life business. And today, the business appears more lucrative than it was in the past. The popular Ogoro Market in Mushin area of Lagos is a home to hundreds of hairstylists. They resume as early as 7 a.m. and close as late as 10 p.m. Fielding questions from these two stylists, they say hair making is a lucrative business indeed.
The business is nice and it's smooth. There is money and there is gain inside.
Depends on what they want to do. Depends on the style of the weaving.
The braid money is different. Price is different from fixing, from bonding, dredge. We do fixed log. So the price is different. So it depends on what the customer wants to do. So that we give them the price of it.
Both women have been in the business of hair making for over a decade.
Let's say 12 years now.
It's more than 15 years I've been in here.
Like 25 years ago.
They equally speak on the profit made daily on hair making.
Sometimes we fix 2.5, 1.5, but now we have some customers that will tell you that they can only afford 500 naira, and we can't allow them to go. Like to do it, reluctantly we do it.
I feed my children, my mother, my family out of it.
Feed my children, pay school fees to make up myself beautiful.
Other hairstylists share similar views, though with some exceptions.
We used to work very well around the festive period, that is during the Easter, Eid al-Kabir, or end of the year. That's when we used to work very well. And during this time of Ramadan, things really dull.
As the nation battles with unemployment, high crime rate, among others, venturing into hair-making business might not be a bad idea. After all, they say the end always justifies the means.
Thanks for staying with us on the news. Still ahead, Cape Town Mayor Patricia De Lille resigns. There's more on the foreign scene when we return. Stay with us. Welcome back. Thanks for staying with us on the news. Now on the foreign scene, the mayor of Cape Town, Patricia De Lille, has announced her resignation over a bitter dispute that rocked South Africa's main opposition party, Democratic Alliance, DA, ahead of elections next year. Lille said she would step down on October 31st after reaching an agreement with the DA, which had unsuccessfully tried to strip her of her party membership after a court found in June that the DA failed to follow proper procedures to expel her and ruled that her membership must be reinstated. Report says allegations of corruption and financial mismanagement in De Lille's administration have marred her tenure as a mayor of South Africa's second biggest city since 2011.
I'm very pleased to announce today that I've reached an agreement with the Democratic Alliance, as a leader has said, because I've always maintained that I'm innocent and that the allegations against me have never been proven. And this is why I always insisted on opening up the disciplinary hearing to the media. Now that the charges have been dropped and withdrawn, I can now get on with my life and invest the additional time that I will have on focusing on the real reason why I accepted the position as mayor in the first place, which is